and welcome back to another video at my YouTube channel and blog. Today I'm going to be working with the other puppies that I had previously colored in a Copic coloring video that I've made. I'll have that linked over on my blog so you can go back and watch the Copic coloring of the cute little puppies. The stamp set that these puppies came from is by Sugar Pea Designs, and it's called Hot Diggity Dog. And there's lots of sentiments on this stamp set, so these little puppies can be used for all sorts of occasions. You know, birthdays, missing you, just because, Valentines, just a bunch of different occasions. And they have lots of little accessories: a fire hydrant, a doggy bowl, and a dog house. So a lot of cute little scenes and things that you can do with these. Okay, so I am using my paws background from Simon and one of my Nuvo brushes, and I am just brushing on some watermelon ink by Simon. I thought that would look really pretty on top of the cotton candy cardstock that's also from Simon. And I kind of got this like because I didn't mask off the sides, I kind of got like a halo around it, and I thought it just kind of framed it in, so I didn't really mind it. But if you don't like the little framed kind of look, then you can mask off the sides and not get any of that halo effect if you're using a stencil brush. Okay, so now I am using a dies from Lawn Fawn. They're the Scripty Bee in mine, and my cutting plate for my Cuttlebug is old and warped, and so they kind of stuck to it, so I just kind of had to peel them off there. It's a well-loved cutting plate. So I thought I'd just situate the bee mine as the focal sentiment on the card and put my puppies underneath there, and then from that stamp set, More Than Puppy Love. I'll do that. I'll emboss that right above the puppies. I'm using some Simon Says Rose Gold embossing powder. It's a new color from Simon, and it's really, really pretty for Valentine's cards. And then also in that stamp set was a solid heart and I think an outline heart. So I used the solid heart and I stamped it with Schoolhouse Red by Simon because I'm also using a layer of the Schoolhouse Red cardstock underneath the pink layer, and then underneath that I have a layer of a black Glimmer cardstock. It's not really a it's not a glitter, it's a glimmer, kind of like a metallic-y kind of look. I thought it was more soft than a glitter, so I thought it went real well with the pinks and everything for Valentine's to have more of a kind of a soft look. So I'm just heat setting my embossing powder and moving my Misty out of the way. Wanted to make sure I got that lined up straight, so that's why I used my Misty. And then I'll just use a little Scotch ATG, and I'm just going to adhere all the layers together flat because I'm going to pop my little puppies up on with some foam dots, and that'll give the card some dimension. So this card actually came together very quickly. So even though you've got lots of detail with the stenciling and everything, and die cuts and whatnot, it still came together very quickly. I didn't speed up this video much. I think my original footage was about 20 minutes, so not bad for. Of course, that doesn't include the Copic coloring, but those little puppies didn't take very long, probably about between 5 to 10 minutes to Copic color the puppies. And like I said, I'll have that video linked over on my blog post for this card, so if you want to watch the Copic coloring, you can watch that as well. For the inside of my card, I'm just going to use another one of the sentiments from the stamp set. It says, I woof you. And I'm going to again emboss it with that same rose gold embossing powder. And I remembered I didn't use my magic powder bag, and so I had some stray embossing powder. So I just used a clean dry brush to brush the powder away, and so everything was fine. But do as I say, not as I do, and use your magic powder bag, and you won't have the stray embossing powder problem. So then I just heat set that real quickly with my heat gun, and I'm going to stamp that little heart again, and then use my other little puppy that I colored from the stamp set and just stick it down with a little bit of Nuvo adhesive. It's my go-to adhesive lately for bigger pieces. I used my Zig two-way glue pen on the Be Mine because it's a pin. You can get a really fine line, and not very much comes out at a time, so that works for the words really well. But for most all other stuff, I use the Nuvo. I really like it a lot. So there's the front of my card and the inside of my card. And here I'm thinking that I'm done. Did add a little bit of Spectrum Noir, but it was just missing something. So I thought about it for a while, and then I came back and I decided it needed some Doodlebug sprinkles. And so I looked at what I had, and I had some milk and cookies and sweet treats, and they both had hearts with pinks and reds, and little sprinkles of pinks and reds too. So I just scattered these around the puppies, and I thought it was just a perfect little finishing touch that these cards needed. And if you don't mash them down really hard in the beginning, you can move them, pick them up, move them around. You won't tear your paper or anything, and they're still plenty sticky. But then once you do have them where you want them, just stick them, mash them down real good, and you are good to go. So I thought this, like I said, this had the perfect little finishing touch. Oh, also the heart on the mine, I coated it with Spectrum Noir and glossy accents to give it a lot of dimension. So here's some final looks at that card. Be sure and visit my blog, and I appreciate everybody stopping by. We'll see you on the next video.